jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
What's going on, everyone? WCS back on the Boulevard once again. Big salute to the supporters. You already know. First in the building. What's good, Captain Chaos, the Wild Dog on deck. Will this be a classic like Main Source live at the barbecue with Nasty Nas? Do you want the truth? Because y'all can't handle the truth. Stick 'em, boys. Fishing and sports on deck. Big blunts and boxing. What's good on deck? Shout out to the GOAT, man. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Salute to you. King Mitch on deck. So check this out, right? Apart from everything that's going on, I'm gonna start off. I don't have them in the thumbnail, but I'm gonna start off with, well, I'll take that back. I'm gonna end with Bud Crawford. I want to talk about his tweet that he sent out and potentially what it means, because to be honest, I don't know what it means. And he's not gonna come over here. He's not going to come on here and explain to me what it means. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know what it means. Just kind of get a little bit more clarity as to what it means. Because a lot of people are puzzled. You know what I'm saying? I can't figure it out. I mean, usually when it comes to Crawford, he has a pretty good gauge of who's with him and who's not with him. You know what I'm saying? So, I talk about this recently a lot, how fighters send cryptic tweets. You know what I'm saying? Cryptic tweets. And it's almost like we being fed breadcrumbs a little bit. It's almost like we back in the school desk. We trying to figure out, A through Z, for the first time. We just trying to get an idea of what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? This is just not mathematical problems that we trying to put together on trying to see, okay, what's the source? Who is he talking to? How can we dial it in? I don't know. I mean, I don't know where, that tweet is driving from. You know what I'm saying? It's been puzzling me for a minute, to the point where I just said, I'll pretty much talk about it. So I'll get back to that. You know what I'm saying? Because these boxers be putting out cryptic tweets and really can't understand where they're going with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where he got it from, and I just don't know where he's going with it. Seriously, I don't know. When it comes to boxing, I don't know where he's going with it. So we'll get back to it. Let me post this right quick. If you're in the building, hit the like button. Give me a quick minute. Let me get back to the chat right quick. Michael Johnson boxing talking more was good. Well, it's a bit grandstanding on his part because of Garcia a bit. Hey, he is right. It's not an excuse. Still one of the illest Illmatic. The Knights at the Round Table show. We began. I like that. The Knights at the Round Table. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the OG Bruce guys, Boxing Jazz and more. Well, salute to you, Bruce. Tio saying silly stuff to gain attention. Went to a sucker's channel on some Latino national, put his foot in his throat when pandering goes wrong. Yeah, you're right about that. Tony Boswell on deck. Much respect at World Combat Sports in the chat. Stopped in to show support. Just got off work. Yeah, we're going to get on Teofimo too. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get on Teofimo too. So let's start with Mario Barrios because this right here is not going to take an extended amount of time. But I had to speak on it because he made a tweet about it. And you're probably asking yourself, like, why does WCS not talk about what everybody else talking about? Because they be saying, some of these stuff is just saying the same thing. I'm just be honest with you. It's just like they talking about the same thing. So I pretty much try to speak on something dealing with different boxers or the same boxer, long as it's something different. Mario Barrios is 27 victories and 2 defeats, 18 knockouts. He's 27 years old. Back in 2021, June 2021, he was down here at the State Farm Arena and he lost his belt, the WBA World Super Light title, to Gervonta Davis, right? So he moves up and fights another tough fight. And let it be known, man, I got mad respect for Barrios, man. He's a warrior. I'm not gonna lie, he's a warrior. He's very professional. I like Mario Barrios as a fighter. Real talk. And him and his team came down here to the A, showed us mad respect. You know what I'm saying? I like Mario Barrios. He lost his title and moved up to 147 and fought former unified champion Keith Thurman. I didn't quite get why he did that. And his team, I don't know what they was thinking, man. Was it something that was in the bag that he liked? Did it smell good? Was the money there? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he was waiting on, to be honest. But he went up there and fought Keith Thurman, who was 29-1. His only loss to the legend himself, Manny Pacquiao. And that was in February 2022. And then most recently this year, he fought February 11, 2023. So the biggest part of this tweet is a fight where he did fairly decent. He showed warrior spirit. He showed heart. Mario Barrios showed that he had that dog in him. Even when he was hurt, he was waving Gervonta on. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I'm ready. I've been waiting to this. He was willing to show the people that he was going to fight through adversity. He lost that fight because Tank had much more dog than he did, much more tougher, had more power. And, it was Tank's night. Well, more so, I want to talk about Barrios. Barrios, you stepped in versus one of the biggest fights of your career. You know what I'm saying? When I initially seen him, Mario Barrios, it's when he fought Ryan Call and he stopped him in the 6th round. I was at that fight. You know what I'm saying? I was at that fight. That's when Tank fought Leo Santa Cruz. If I'm correct, Gervonta would be one of your biggest fights, right? And that fight has since been removed, 2021 up to this point. So nothing's been said about this, Mario. Nothing. You didn't mention it. Nothing. You didn't say nothing about it until this Saturday passed by, and and the history played out the way it did. But before that, we started getting a press conference that was 45 days out, right? I'm trying to give you opportunity to speak on this. The press conference was 45 days out from the fight, man. 2 press conferences. The first press conference, Ryan Garcia was up there crying, bickering, quivering, and all this other stuff about the rehydration clause. You didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing, brother. You was quiet as kept. You didn't say anything. Weeks went by. Then we had the fight. Boom. Now the numbers come out. Now, I never seen so much clout chasing in my freaking boxing coverage. I don't want to say that, but it's a lot of you boxers that'll sit up here and call media clout chasing. Now you get to hear media call you clout chasing. And Barrios, you included in this. You clout chasing. It's a lot of y'all clout chasing. Look, you may not be clout chasing saying, I'm trying to get some fame off this, but yeah, you're trying to get some fame off it. You're trying to get some attention too. Why? Because Ryan Garcia never let it go. He never let it go, man. You know what I'm saying? Ryan never let this shit go, bro. He never let it go. He took it to the fight with him. He made such a big deal, but yet Ryan Garcia said the same thing you did, Barrios. I signed the contract. You got that from Ryan, right? But even with Garcia saying he signed the contract, he still was complaining about it. When they asked him, when it was a post-fight, right? History has already been made. Gervonta gave Ryan Garcia his first loss. They asked him. He couldn't wait. They asked him about some to the effect, the rehydration clause. How do you feel? The effect. You say, to be truthful, I know when he said that, to be truthful, it was over. I knew it was over. He still haven't let it go. Well, to be truthful, I wasn't feeling my strongest. I didn't have my legs. So he was still holding on to an excuse. Garcia refused to let it go. That's what I didn't like about this whole situation with him. He started it at the presser. He carried it forward, talking shit on people's freaking podcasts and interview, right? He brought it to the freaking fight. He came out the gate pressuring Tank. It looked like your legs was underneath you just fine, buddy. You went out there, you was pressuring. You tried to take the lead. You try to impose your presence, use your height and range, push Tank backwards, get him to make a mistake of some sort, or if he was to throw a counter shot, you would counter him with your extra speed. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like you was going off the plan, Ryan. You was going very, very well. You was doing very well. Just like they say, Rolando Romero was doing very well. Mario Barrios, you fought a hell of a fight down in the A. You was doing very well. When I say very well, I'm saying you was showing toughness. You was showing the El Azteca warrior spirit. You was landing some shots. But all of a sudden, the numbers come out from this fight, man. And lo and behold, you, Mario, of all people, you have to get in on it too. I had a rehydration clause. I'm not going to make no excuses because I signed the contract. No, you're making excuses because time you start to type, you put it out there that you wanted people to know. You wanted people to start asking you questions. You wanted me to say, okay, well, Mario, what does this mean exactly? Your fight was 2021. Now it's 2023. And you up here complaining about a freaking rehydration clause, bro. You complain about a rehydration clause. You can't say you know you're not going to use an excuse, but you're bringing it to the attention of the public of a fighter that was just in a fight with a fighter who was subjected to a rehydration clause like yourself, and all he did was whine about it. I commend you, Mario, for not whining about it. From 2021 all the way up to what April 26th of 2023. I commend you for that. But now that you put it out here, it needs to be addressed. Why would you do it now? Because the numbers came out. Why would you do it now, big dog? Like, why? It makes no point, man. You fall right in the category of Ryan Garcia whining. Both of you all, the tallest fighters that Gervonta has ever fought. And if you was given a rehydration clause, all you had to do was not sign the contract if you didn't deem it something that would benefit you health-wise. You should have just bailed out. You should have just bailed out, bro. That's all you had to do was just bail out. You didn't have to come out here. Like the reason why I've been speaking out about these fighters, man, and these tweets. Because nobody's your pigeons, man. They go for every fighter out there. We ain't your pigeons. I'm not your pigeon. Y'all knew y'all can put out. If y'all really want to tell us something, you would tell us something, right? If you really want to let us do the work, all I'm saying is, you know, these other dudes won't put it out there, but all you have to do is put it in a DM or you can let it be known correctly via social media on the tweet or IG. But you have grown ass men, and most of y'all can carry and function as an adult. Most of you all elite boxers, professionals. Y'all put out tweets. And y'all always leave us hanging somehow, some way. Then, like Mario, you are very selective to put out a tweet right when the numbers come out from the fight this weekend. How convenient. You should have just remained quiet. You lost your title. You've already fought Keith Thurman. You lost that fight. You're coming off a win with Giovanni Santiago. A knockout at that, a stoppage. It benefits you none to come out just because this rehydration has been the topic of discussion. I don't get it, big dog. You know, like I got mad respect for you, Mario, but that right there, it don't make any sense to me. You know, y'all say y'all not making excuses. You signed a contract, but yes, that's exactly what you did when you pressed enter. You made an excuse. You hit the arrow. You went to next, and you sent the dang tweet. Now everybody's talking about it, and that's exactly what you wanted. You know, let's be honest, Mario. You ain't fought since February this year, so you definitely got a fight coming up. Nobody's going to be talking about it unless it's a solid name, unless you stepping in there with bladder flare Cobbs or something like that. I don't know, but this is a message to most of the fighters that send out these cryptic tweets. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you even send this out? It doesn't even serve a purpose right now. You're not even fighting. You're trying to tag along and think it's tag team wrestling with Ryan Garcia. I don't get it, man. I don't get what's the purpose. Like, who else is going to come out and say they had a rehydration clause? I can tell you Canelo's not going to drop a tweet. Canelo's not going to drop a tweet and say, yeah, hey, I put fighters on rehydration. So what? What are you going to do about it? You're not going to do nothing. Nobody's going to come out who fought Canelo and say I was on the rehydration clause right now. We're not going to make this a thing. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to make this a thing. For real. We don't want to make this a thing. Real talk. Why? Because Garcia refused to man up. A lot of what Canelo's saying now makes sense. He refused to man up. Yeah, it may seem like he was playing a tough guy role, pressure and tank. That's typical boxing. The dude has 200 amateur fights. He should be able to go out there and pressure him. I'm pretty sure he had ample amount of time to talk to his friend Rolando Romero and let Rolly hype him up. All Rolly probably said, he's a bit. You can get him. He's a bit. You can get him. He's a bit. I mean, come on, man. That's all Rolando Romero told him. You got it, man. You can knock him out, man. You can knock him out. If he wouldn't have stopped me in the 6th round, I would have went on and won. He couldn't mess with me, man. I was winning every round. Round 1 through 6, I won every round. You know what I'm saying? If he was listening to Rolando, that's probably why he came out the gate so quick. But his legs look just fine. His hand speed looked just fine. But like I put out here before, Ryan's tweets, he was saying he was going to beat him. A guy put out there, his head movement is overrated. Ryan Garcia said, I agree. And look what happened. Every time when it came time and the hour and the minute hand was right on time with that left hook, it didn't hit the target. Once again, boom, missed the target. Once again, boom, missed the target. You know what I'm saying? It missed the target. And then he was hit with a counter shot. He showed toughness. He got up. But what I don't like is when you was asked, you should have just said, I don't have no excuses, just like you said in the ring. You know what I'm saying? In the ring, it seems like you was sealing it. You was letting it go. You was like, I'm not gonna make no excuses. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm not gonna continue to talk about it. But yet, when you back there trying to get Tank's number and doing all this dang, you know what I'm saying? Save face type deal, going at there secretly apologizing and trying to mend broken wings. They asked you. And you went right back to it. To be honest, to be truthful. You want me to be truthful? I wasn't my strongest. I didn't have my leg. Come on, bro. You look strong to all of us, bro. You was landing shots whenever you was able to park bench him up against the ropes. You landed some shots on Tank. You was doing well at that little moment. You was doing good, man. You was doing good. But when things didn't work out, you know what I'm saying? And you couldn't get up for the count. What you said in the post fight in the ring with Jim Gray, the respectful. You didn't want to go too much in detail. You say you didn't have no excuse. I couldn't get up. I couldn't get up, period. I couldn't get up. But it seems like when the adrenaline subsided and you got back to the post-fight conference, we heard the same thing. Mario Barrios, I was there at that fight, at the post-fight conference. You didn't say anything about a rehydration clause. During the lead up to the fight, you mentioned nothing about a rehydration clause. That's why I was disappointed in seeing this tweet from you. Because you said nothing during fight week about a rehydration clause. You kept it hush hush and went in there like the Aztecas do, and you went to war. That's what you did, man. You went to war. So all I'm here to say, hey, Barrios, man, I was disappointed to see you put this out there. Why? You know, when the numbers come out at 1.2, You want a part of it? You can't be a part of it. You can be on the outside looking in. The only thing you can be a part of is what? Tagging along out off the dang, the heat that's coming from these numbers. You want to be a part of the glory. I get it. But it's not a good look for you, Mario, because you're a good guy. You better than that. That's all I tell you. You're a better dude than that. You didn't have to come out with the freaking tweet. You're better than that. You're a better sportsman. You're overall better professional. And you shouldn't attach yourself to Ryan Garcia because you ain't him. You and Garcia are totally two different people. Real talk. You and him are two different people. He chooses to hang on to it and never let it go and act like he want to be somebody's friend afterwards. But then he sit down in the chair and he go right to work talking about he wasn't his strongest. He didn't have his legs and all that. When word is that you wasn't even going to the gym on the regular. You know what I'm saying? Word is that Joe Goosen wasn't training you as consistently as he should because you weren't there. Word is, Canelo had already put you on Front Street, exposing that you just don't have the dedication. How can you have that many amateur fights and be on a professional level with 23 victories and you still doing amateur type stuff, man? I'm still here. Hold on for a second, y'all. Okay. Let me get to some of this chat though. And make no mistake about it, man. I like Mario Barrios as a person, man. He's a very professional dude, man. He showed mad heart when he was taking those punches from Tank. Mad heart. You know what I'm saying? But this is just a general reach from me addressing, what's been going on with the tweets. I know social media, these fighters believe, okay, I have the right to say what I want to say when I want to say it. So what? But I just feel like don't allow someone to group you in the same setting. I mean, especially that setting has become a cloud over the last 45 days. The setting of Ryan Garcia was a cloud that he created because he wanted to complain about contractual details. Mario Barrios, all you had to do was continue the march like you was doing. You already had 2 fights since Tank. You didn't have to pretty much link up with what Ryan Garcia was saying as if you never got over it. You know what I'm saying? Like you a scorned fighter just from a rehydration clause, bro. You're not like that. You better than that, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, Mario. You're a better dude than that. I was just disappointed that you came out and you wanted to tag team and ride that bandwagon with Ryan when that is the worst time you can do it right now, because this dude was just losing credibility. You know what I'm saying? He was losing credibility. He says legs went underneath him, but he was sure enough out there, trying to do what he was trying to do. He was trying to go for the knockout. He was trying to win the fight. He was moving around. Every time Tank moved right, Ryan Garcia moved right. He was falling around the ring. His legs looked strong. But he get out here capping on the post fight. And just because he was capping that, Mario, you don't need to join in on the capping. Let him cap on his own. That's Mr. Capion there, Barrios. You didn't hear the song? That's Mr. Capion. That's the same person that went on, the podcast of a legend, Mike Tyson, and he called the man ugly. He called the man straight up ugly, saying he need a step stool. He gonna bring a step stool to the fight. This man talks so much trash online, bro. So since he was up there crying about a rehydration clause, when you did it, it pretty much put you in the same freaking setting as him, whining about a rehydration clause. When you boxers, you signed the contract and you got your money on time. Sheldon said, at least Barrios kept it real. I signed the contract. He didn't keep it no realer than Ryan. Ryan said he signed the contract too, Sheldon. What do you mean keeping it real? Ryan said he signed the contract and still up here complaining. He signed the contract, bro, and still complaining. I watched the fight. Good promotion going to the Ugas fight. I watched the fight on the Zone in UK, and I'm not making any excuses, but I had a rehydration clause to be able to watch it. Well, I did sign a contract, so no excuses. Man, you ain't lying, Toby. Shout out to Toby on deck. You ain't lying, man. For real. I had to do a test weight before I went on live, man. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even rehydrate up to a certain point before I did this live. So they say if you're going to talk about rehydration clauses, and you got to experience it so you would know what it's like. I've been fasting all day, man. The Rolly Precious quality, man. You know how Rolly is. He say the same thing all the time, man. He always calling somebody a B, and then he always he loved to call them ugly. Yeah, man. Them guys got issues. Not sure what his motion was in mentioning the rehydration clause from a fight 2 years ago. Looked like he was responding to someone on Twitter. No. This is not like being in the comfort of your own home, your own quarters, right? And you're talking to someone, having a conversation, and someone overhear you talking. Okay, like it was an innocent, it was a bystander walking by, and they overheard you say something. No, this was social media. As my boy say, this was social media. You know what I'm saying? He knew he was putting it out there for the world. Barrios is a known name in boxing. He knew it would catch fire. As much as Ryan Garcia was out there crying about it, he knew it would catch fire, Mitch. Somebody in the comments said he didn't have a rehydration clause when he fought Tank. Barrios corrected dude and told him that he did. He just didn't care to mention it. It didn't appear to malice or shade towards Tank, just keeping a thou. Didn't seem like Barrios was whining. Okay, that's your point. But this is where I'm coming from. This is the angle I'm taking. Why didn't he say it the last 45 days before the fight? Why was it a topic now? Why is everything coming out on the week when the numbers come out of fighters who stepped in the ring with him? The only one that's keeping quiet because he want that payday. You know who that is. He want a payday. You want a payday. You want a payday. Tricky, payday. You know who that is? Isaac Cruz. I bet Isaac Cruz didn't get a goddamn rehydration clause because he's shorter than Tank. You didn't hear him say anything. But a lot of these fighters, man, I'm like people coming out, rehydration clause. Yeah, I had a rehydration clause. Yeah, what I'm saying? Black people, it's up to me to be the black savior because black people can't lead themselves. So I need to be everything that they ever wanted to be in life. I'm the leader. I'm God. That's who I am. I'm God. I need to lead the black people because they don't want to lead themselves. Rosa Parks talked to me specifically and told me what I should do. Rosa Parks told me don't ever get a rehydration clause. Yeah, I lost a lot of respect for Barrios. It's not respect I lost for him. It's just the fact that he took advantage of what was going on this week. Like, the weather was bright this week. You know what I'm saying? This was a nice little summer breeze we had this week because boxing was suffering. It was inclement weather, man. It was just constant raining, cloudy days, man. And we looking for some sunshine with the fights. And why people look, why there was a damper mood, right? Is because people thought they was going to get the Crawford Spence situation. So that's what brought the clouds on. That's why it was a heavy overcast. And to shut that all down and bring the thunder with the lightning, Espinosa came out here and say, no, if you was expecting an announcement, more than likely you're not going to get it because they're still in talks. And all you heard is thunder. All you seen was lightning. So there was some people that was upset that announcement wasn't made. But yet, the Tank and Garcia fight kind of broke through the clouds a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It started to shine. And then before you know it, it was a nice, clear, blue skies. You know what I'm saying? Once that Sunday hit, people started talking about, once that Sunday, once the Monday came around, words started going out. Oh man, possibly it could be this. Even Mitch's favorite insider, Mr. Rick Glazer, the real Rick Glazer, said it probably did around 600 to 700. Rick put it out there, and come to find out, you know how they say he don't like PBC. That it was higher than that. It was higher than that. That's heavy. That's heavy. I ain't gonna lie. That's heavy. That's heavy. It didn't appear to Malice. Yeah, I think he just wanted to set the record straight. But the ones who were crapping on Tank about the clause before they back at it now, they don't want to see it. They think Tank is weak. Who is they? Who is they? People can say what they want. Boxing, look, one thing about boxing fans, they're always going to criticize. I criticize who I criticize. Boxing will always do that. Like, let's just put it out there. If we was getting the fights that we wanted, and let's just say your favorite fighter was in a fight that you wanted, and your favorite fighter lost. Well, guess what? They're going to get criticized. It's human nature. You know what I'm saying? It's human nature for people to look at the bad first and then the good whenever they get around to it. That's just the way it is in life. It's natural. It's humanistic. But for them to still be talking about a rehydration clause, well, there's plenty of fighters who don't put rehydration clause on their opposition, and they survived. They took the paycheck, and they went on to fight another day. I won't bomb on Barrios for mentioning the clause, especially if it was correcting a misinformed dude on Twitter. He could have said, well, you entitled to believe what you want there, Mitch. You entitled to believe what you want. And why would a dude talking to Mario Barrios bring up a rehydration clause if it was never the topic of discussion? If Barrios never mentioned anything about it, why would somebody in the chat say anything? Okay, let me throw a question mark out there. Probably, let me guess, probably because Barrios, and this is another part what kind of tweaks me about why he put it out there too, because Barrios was a champion. He was a 140-pound champion. He was the one that was defending his title. Gervonta was the challenger. So therefore, you trying to tell me, once again, we have a fighter that can move up to a weight class with no belt and dictate the terms? So you trying to tell me, well, Barrios putting this out there like that, it was just to correct somebody that felt like he may have had a rehydration clause too, even though Tank was moving up to a higher division, a heavier division rather? So you trying to say that Tank was dictating the terms as the challenger? That's interesting. That even makes it more interesting on the power that's going on over there involving Tank. That makes it more interesting. If he dictated the rehydration clause with Mario Barrios and he was the challenger for the title, that's extremely interesting. I'm not going to lie. If he went up there dictating terms for that champion, that means Mario Barrios wasn't the A side, huh? I don't think Barrios was the A side, be honest. I don't get into contracts like that and all this other stuff. That means he was being told what was going to happen. He was being told. It's just like I said. He was just appreciative of being in a fight with Tank. If he was being told about a rehydration clause and he the champion, these other fighters can stand the F by. At 135 pounds, if he went up to 140 and he was dictating the terms with Mario Barrios on a rehydration clause, these fighters at lightweight can stand by, man. They're in trouble when it comes to negotiation. Good luck with that. Look, this is why I think some people are going to try to say, oh, so-and-so ducking me, so-and-so ducking me, because they know they can't go in there and just say, okay, you're gonna negotiate what I want to negotiate. You're going to move this at my pace. You trying to tell me Tank was up there telling Mario Barrios what to do at 140 and Barrios was the champion? Interesting. I ain't tripping on Barrios. I got Ugas whooping him, though. I don't see Ugas whooping Barrios, bro. I don't see him whooping him. Potentially beating him, but I don't see him whooping him. And if Ugas is not careful, he may find himself picking up another L with Barrios. Barrios is still a young gun in the sport, from my understanding. Like, ain't Barrios like 27 years old? You know, Barrios is still a youngin' in the sport. How do we really know how old Ugas is? Let me see how. Let me see. Let me go up here, because I don't want to be profiling and sounding racist after the Tiafimo rant. I don't want to sit up here and be a guy that people looking at and saying, "Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? You're a hypocrite, man. You're up there saying Udenis Ugas is older than what he say he is." You saying that with all the Cubans. I see a trend in UW says you saying that about all the Cubans. They're saying that Udenis Ugas was born in 1986 and he's 36 years old. So he's fairly, you know what I'm saying? It's fair to say that he's much older, almost 10 years older than Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios stand to potentially win this fight. I'm serious. I'm not faking it at all. He has a good chance of winning this fight, y'all. I know everybody's not going to agree with that because they still want to give him credit for getting beat down by Spence, right? But you have to look at Mario Barrios. He went the distance with the former unified champion. You know what I'm saying? He went the distance with him. It was Instagram, but yeah, that's what he was doing. But like Unc said, it's crazy that all the fighters got some to say in time. I could have sworn mine. Okay, hold up for a second. That's the wrong one. Hold on for a second. I could have sworn what I had. Let me see. I thought it was. I thought this was from Twitter, but whether it's from on Twitter, Instagram, still a social media platform. I got you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be taken to a jury trial. You feel me? Till talking crazy. Barrios doing information reveals. What else going on right now? It's like they trying to take attention off the numbers or something. The low key throwing shade. It's low key throwing shade. That's what it is. It's low key throwing shade. That's all. Because really, if the is a rehydration clause is not a subject matter, you know, from the first press conference to the second, all the way through the remaining fight camp up until fight week. If we didn't hear Barrios talk, why bring it up now in response to somebody? You don't have to answer. You have a choice whether to answer people or not. You didn't have to answer. When he said 600, 700, he said he'd have the official numbers later in the week. I think that was domestic numbers he called out. Still, it was close. He never said it was complete numbers. He absolutely said what you said. He said he'll wait and the other numbers will be out. He did. Absolutely. I agree. The dude in the comments was defending Tank, talking to someone else. He wasn't talking to Barrios and suddenly brought it up. Barrios saw the comment and responded. I don't know if he was tagged. Man, there ain't no excuse for Barrios responding to that. He had a choice. That makes it even worse. He had a choice, man. He didn't have to respond to that person. He didn't, especially about the rehydration clause that happened 2 years ago. He didn't have to respond, bro. He didn't have to respond, even if it was a side conversation, man. And he wasn't included. For him to respond, you know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. It served no purpose for him to respond right now. Tank was dictating the terms versus Barrios, even though he was a champ. The world knows Tank was the A side. I knew he was the A side, but I didn't think he would be dictating all the terms. And look, we all know where he was coming with it. You know, he was still signed to Mayweather. We know that. So you know how that went for Barrios. He got that cheese, put it in the oven, you know what I'm saying, made him some good grilled cheese sandwiches, and he got paid, man. You know, sipping on some homemade Southern Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? He was happy. He still is to this day. Man, been on the go, bro, training for a new position. So feel like I've been one step behind in this boxing. A lot of stuff been happening. For sure, man. You know, handle your business. I appreciate you, you know, tuning in. One love to you, bro, for supporting, period. Handle your business, though. You know what I'm saying? That money come first. That money come first. Real talk. You can hit the replay on this. Well, I appreciate you pulling up. Jones on deck. Barrios took that Tank fight as an opportunity to try and beat Tank, be on pay-per-view and receive a solid paycheck. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did, man. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? That dude was tall, though. Barrios was taller than Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? He was taller than Ryan Garcia, rangy. Better boxer than Ryan. Way better boxer than Ryan. Way better boxer. Mario is a way better boxer than Ryan. T.O. ego hurt right now. My man all over the place. Hey, man, T.O. going to continue to get some hot grease thrown on him. He deserves it. You know, people saying that, yeah, Floyd won't, you know, tank the fight. I said, look, I put it out there before I even seen anything. I was thinking about who would be the best before I even seen anything, because I don't watch boxing every day, man. I'll be paying attention to BJJ tournaments and freaking MMA and all that other stuff, man. And I didn't even know Floyd said all that he called out T.O. But When I said that'll be the biggest fight and it'll do better numbers than Tank and Garcia, I meant it. That would break. I'm talking about it'll be in the twos, hands down. It'll be in the twos because look, regardless if T.O. act the way he does act like a nutcase sometimes. I know he talks his trash. I still think he's a very smart individual. I do. I stand on that. T.O. is a very smart. He know how to play mind games with the fans. He do, man. He does. He knows how to play mind games. And what better channel to bring out the controversy? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, he's gotten into that position. You know, good for you getting into that position, all the shit you was talking, you know. So he comes out here all of a sudden after the fight and start talking trash. No doubt, bro. He should have hit dude with that's for me to know, and you find out for someone. He should have hit dude with that's for me to know, and you to find out. That's all I'm saying, man. Why was that so difficult? Why was that so difficult? Just keep it to yourself, big dog. You know what I'm saying? You fought a hell of a fight. Leave it buried, man. You don't have to bring up the rehydration. It's gone. That's 2 years ago, man. Why did you have to exhume it? You didn't have to exhume it. Just leave it buried, man. Watching the fight live, I was getting concerned in how much Barrios was connecting on Tank, but it turned out not to matter in the end. It's boxing, man. Look at the challenge it is for him to go in there and fight a technically sound boxer like Mario Barrios. It was a very good fight, man. The crowd was all into that fight. The crowd was absolutely in the fight. Barrios was off of that Tank fight. He was in his way. He was on his way to welterweight. They informed Barrios of the rehydration clause. He was like, sure, no problem. He didn't think twice. Yeah, especially when he got that check. All I'm saying was Barrios signed the contract. He didn't have any doubts that he was going to sign the contract. His team told him, hey, it's a deal of a lifetime. Take it. You'll never get it again if you turn it down. Take it. He took the fight, lost, then moved up for another payday. He got another payday from a PBC fighter. You see where I'm going with this? He got another payday from a PBC fighter, and he lost that one too. So basically, that O rolled out the door. Shoot, that O rolled out the door, man. It was riding on premium too. He filled that O up with premium because he rolled into the Tank fight and he rolled into the Thurman fight. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 nails in the tire, got that patched up, came back and fought Giovanni. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Barrios is sitting real good right now, y'all. Real good. Real good. I'm not gonna lie. But in case y'all didn't know or see what he put, this is what he put. He said, I had a rehydration clause, just never scared to use it. Just never cared to use it as an excuse because I agreed to the contract. He know with all the backlash that was going on with Tank, it was somehow, some way serve a purpose, man. You can't teeter-totter around this, man. Stop it. I just never cared to use it, but right now I'm going to talk about it because the numbers are out and maybe I can get another fight. I'll drop back down to 140 again now. But I just never cared to use it. You know what I'm saying? To use it as an excuse. I agreed to the contract. Man, you should have just kept it quiet. That's all. Just moved on. That's what I know, man. Out of respect, I'm just gonna keep it. I don't want to get confused with Ryan Garcia and what he's doing with the topic. He's crying about it. He won't be quiet. He won't be honest. He won't just say, suck it up as a man and keep it stepping. Ryan want to keep on having people come to his aid and pamper him and say, you know what, we Ryan, Ryan. Oh, looking at you going there, struggling. You was just struggling. We seen it in your eyes, Ryan. The very first punch you threw, it was difficult. We seen the grimace on your face, Ryan. We know you was battling in there. The rehydration clause damn near crippled you, Ryan. Come on, man. Ryan is never gonna let that ride, bro. He's never gonna let it ride for real. Let's move on. Let's transition. Let's transition to. I'm gonna get to Crawford next though. After this, but let's transition to Teofimo Lopez once again. You know, I was listening, you know, over and over again what Tio was saying, and I was reading and listening to people talk about it. And yeah, you know, it's easy for people. I never seen RACE so many times. Like, listen, I never seen so many live streams dealing with RACE. Listen, hear me out, bro. Like I was looking at so many thumbnails say race, right? Race. That's all I'm saying. Teofimo Lopez used the race card. Teofimo Lopez being racist. Teofimo Lopez bring race into it. Teofimo says this about black guys. Listen, please just hear me out for a minute though. I saw all these thumbnails about race. So what word do we use about the individuals that was talking all that about Terrence Crawford? What word do we use? Do we use race in that too? Or is it different because most of the content creators was black? I feel some type of way about the way Teofimo Lopez was talking about black fighters. I do. I feel it because he said it. He said, you can keep the black fighters. But look, I look at it like this. As many lives as I was doing, you know, on Crawford, we have black content creators hell bent on creating live streams to defame Crawford's name damn near every single day, and they still doing it. So when I hear about race and read about it with Tio, I'm wondering why y'all didn't say anything about all the rhetoric that was being spewed about Crawford every day. This was black on black. Now I guess it's a devalue. I guess it comes at a prorated, you know, rate when it's black content creators talking about a black fighter. But if it's Tio talking about blacks, now it's time to speak up and protest. Now it's time to feel some type of way about it. But you have groups of black content creators saying everything possible about Bud, and I don't see a dang thumbnail go up in the amount it did for Tio's comments than it did when these black content creators was pretty much dragging Bud's name through the sewer system. But back to Tio. I think what Tio was doing was inexcusable, even though people, including myself, believe that he was doing it just to try to say, okay, I'm gonna start a rivalry between me and Tank somehow. You know what I'm saying? Not directly just yet. Not directly, but Tank is black and he has more black fans than he did before. He has more IG followers than he had before, right? So what Tio is going to do, he don't have to start it with Tank directly right now because he has a fight coming up with Josh Taylor. But you can guarantee it. He goes in there and beat Josh Taylor. And he's saying this is all of a sudden the last fight on ESPN. And he signs with PBC. It's going to get very, very nasty. Because now you're going to have people asking him to explain himself. They're going to be asking, what do you mean by that? I meant what I meant. That's what I meant. So what? You feel some type of way about it? So what? I said what I said about Rosa Parks. What do you mean by that? You know what I'm saying? That's what he wants. The one thing about T.O., you're gonna have to make sure you come correct when you interview him and ask him about what he said. You can't let him dictate the floor of the interview, because he'll feel that he has the floor and he's on the podium, and there's thousands of people out there in the seats listening to him speak. You know what I'm saying? As if he's turning y'all on to game and giving you knowledge. That's how T.O. is. You let T.O., get the momentum, cool. But one of the other disrespectful moments is how he talked about Bradley and Andre, Timothy Bradley and Andre Ward. Wasn't they there when you was fighting Richard Comey? You didn't have a problem with him then? Wasn't they there when you was fighting Lomachenko? Like, they was there when you was fighting Kambosos. What was they not? Then you get knocked down in the first round by Kambosos. What did they say, man? I'm pretty sure they said you was hurt then too. They said you was hurt then too, right? Who was commentating the fight? I don't know. You had all this damn COVID stuff and all that crap going on. Who was doing the commentary? I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure they said you was hurt then too. You would say, nah, I just got hit with a good shot. My glove touched the canvas. I got up. I wasn't hurt. But I guarantee you somebody said you was hurt when you was knocked down in the Kambosos fight. And then, check this out, T.O. You need to remember stuff like this. You did get the knockdown with George Kambosos later on in the fight. And when you lost, you went up there and told the people that you felt that you won 11 rounds to 2. Now, I that fight right there, you was bleeding pretty good. You took a lot of punishment. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to play around with the health aspect of it, because I'm not here to get personal with you over some comments, that you made about Andre and Timothy Bradley. You're going to have to deal with that on your own. You know what I'm saying? Changing promotion is not going to separate you from criticism, bro. It's not going to happen. It's not going to separate you from criticism. It's just not going to be that way. But the good part about it is that when you go over to the PBC, if you want to so-called act like you clearing yourself from being around the black fighters, in order for you to pretty much establish yourself and submit your legacy, you may have to step in there with one of the toughest, one of the biggest names, one of the biggest face of boxing over there at PBC. You're going to have to step in the ring with Tank to submit your legacy as one of the best. Already hosting one loss. You can say everything you want, but when it comes down to you, if you step out of there with Josh Taylor and you make it up out of there, you're going right back over to a promotion. And I know people saying that Floyd wanted this to happen. He said, make it about race. Do whatever you have to do to bring the attention to you. Okay, we don't mind over here. We already know what it is. You feel me? It's all good. But at the end of the day, you said openly that Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley are D riders. You said they suck D. That's disrespectful, bro. I mean, come on. That's class. That's no class, bro. Real talk, that T.O. That's no class at all, man. You're talking about a gold medal Olympian. You couldn't even qualify the fight for the U.S. You had to go over there and fight for Honduras. And you still didn't get the medal, bro. I'm just putting it out there, T.O. I'm just putting it out there how you disrespect these guys, man. I know boxers talk trash, real talk. But what you're trying to say is you can keep the black fighters like you're disassociating yourself with them. But all we hear you talk is black history. So are you Latino? Because you speak Spanish fluently, right? Or are you black? I mean, come on. Which one is it? Do you like the sisters? Or you like the senoritas? You know what I'm saying? What do you like, man? Because that's classless what you did. You know what I'm saying? You want to disrespect a gold medal Olympian like Andre Ward just because they said you was hurt in the first knockdown of Sando Martin, which you know damn well, T.O., that fight sucked. That fight sucked. And T.O., I came and did a live for you explaining 2 frames that I had on both knockdowns and explained to my audience what was going on. I explained to them how Martin was sticking out his lead leg to trip you up. You know what I'm saying? He was doing it. No problem. That's what was going on. And that first knockdown, you kind of figured it out the second time to let the ref know, hey, you know what I'm saying? He's sticking his lead leg out there. He's bending his knee. It was obvious. You know what I'm saying? It was obvious what he was doing. So he was trying to counter you in the process of you throwing your lead, and you kept falling down. You fell down a couple of times. But the first one was considered a knockdown. You can't get mad at Andre and Bradley and you know the Hall of Famers and talk to them like they trash. You know what I'm saying? Also talking about, you know, they up here giving fellatio, like, dude, you have no idea what type of damn backlash you're gonna get if you don't go in here and beat Josh Taylor, bro. You better make sure, you better make sure you go in here and stand up to everything you want, T.O. Because I believe, you know, just because you're talking, I still believe you go in there and beat Josh Taylor, dog. But you know, I feel you owe both Timothy Bradley and Andre Ward an apology. You do, man. I think you're a fan, really. Especially Andre, you know, he's a gold medal champion, and you didn't get a chance to compete for a medal like that. I think you're really a fan, dog. That's all I'm saying. I think you're really a fan. You know, just like I put on there. Sometimes what did I put on there? Hold on for a second. I said sometimes your fans admire you differently. You know what I'm saying? That's what I put on the freaking thumbnail. Sometimes your fans admire you differently. T.O. a fan. He admire Andre Ward. He just do it differently, man. He took the opportunity to kind of crap on him and talk shit about him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just like T.O. does, man. I think Barrios, in hindsight of how Tank's career has progressed, probably just wishes he had done better. The fight is sending waves through boxing world. Yes, sir. That fight is in the clouds, y'all. For real. That fight is in the clouds, man. People still talking about it. People still talking about that fight, man. I ain't tripping on Barrios, but I can't admit him mentioning info regarding the rehydration clause as suspect timing. He want to take advantage of all the glory. It's a lot of glory that's going on right now with these numbers. We're talking about doing an age of piracy, y'all. Piracy was the big deal. Piracy pretty much left us empty. It was like, well, there's no way for us to even see fighters, you know, do big numbers because everybody's going to pirate the fight, blah, blah, blah. And guess who broke that and debunked that? Unbelievable. Who would have known it would be debunked so quickly? And they was up here talking about pay-per-view is dead. You just see what you get when you promote a fight correctly. PBC actually put some promotion into this fight. They put some time and money into this fight, man. 2 pressers, all access, fight week presser, a fire weigh-in outside with like 800 people on stage. Back and forth verbal sparring between Tank and B-Hop. Verbal sparring between Davis and Garcia. Outside, the attendance looked like it was a concert up in there. So many people showed up. It looked like it was a concert out there, bro. I guess pay-per-view ain't dead. Nigga, don't you know the whole country ain't even with Bud Light right now? Yeah, man, they still drinking Bud Light, man, because it's inexpensive. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care what that guy who's that guy again? Who's that boxer? Tiafimo? Man, I don't care what Tiafimo said. It don't interrupt what I got going on over here. If I goddamn want my Bud Light, I got my Bud Light. I don't care what no Tiafimo. Baby, can you give me an ice cold Bud Light out the freezer, please? They up here thinking I'm going to stop drinking Bud Light because he's talking about some black guys. No way, no. Can you pop that cap for me, baby? Thank you. Man, ain't worried about no goddamn Bud Light not drinking. People still guzzling Bud Light. Hey, it's cheaper than Corona. It's cheaper than Heineken. King, that brother crazy. The last few fights hurting his pride. I think gonna whoop. Man, casuals don't got the link on streaming. That's why boxing love to casual fans more than the hardcores. Why y'all gotta put vulgarity in every freaking? Why, bro? It don't make any sense, man. Like you actually gotta type what you thinking. Blunts. You gotta type what you thinking. So your comment means more when you drop aspersions, vulgarity in there, obscenities. It means more. No, I'm reading it. I'm not saying, okay, well, I'm just coming here and talk and I ain't gonna acknowledge the chat. But why? There's no need, man. Y'all too intelligent for that. You trying to tell me you have to type and put vulgarity in every freaking comment. In every comment. In every comment. You gotta put some type of cuss word in every comment. Man, y'all smarter than that, man. Real talk. Real talk, man. I think y'all be doing that on purpose, man. I think y'all be doing that on purpose. Who communicates like that on the keyboard? Like you gonna take the time and do that, man. Come on. Man, come on now. I understand that, but look, check this out. It's not that I have an issue like that, like the be petty issue. But I'm saying as adults, right? Do you have to type vulgarity in the comment section every time you type a comment? I am interacting with the chat. I'm interacting. So therefore, you want me to read comments over and over again with nigga this, ass this, damn this, F this, and all that. You want me to read that? You want me to read comment after comment like that, right? You trying to tell me you can't type a comment without vulgarity in it? That's what you're trying to do, man. Man, casuals don't get the links on streaming. That's why boxing loves the casual fans more than the hardcores. The casuals, man, the casuals showed up for April 22nd. I can tell you that. They showed up. People buying the beer and destroying it, shooting the beer bottles and all. Yeah, hey, blunts. They shooting the beer bottles after they've consumed the liquid that it was carrying. Okay. Once the volume has reached from 16 ounce to 0, and they are holding it up for the last drop, that's when they put it out back. Give me that goddamn 12 gauge back there. I'm going to show them. Hey, fill that up with water. Fill that up with tap water. Think I'm a goddamn waste my beer? Put that out there about 10 yards. And put that cap on it too. They won't tell the difference. Earl, back up, Earl. You know, this sucker right here got some kick to it. Like a work mule. It got some kick to it. I think if Taylor has a good weight cut and he would do to the time until they fight, I think Taylor will stand in front of Tio and might stop him. Tio isn't mentally stable. I told you who I was going for. Now I'm not saying you're wrong. To me, it seems like Tio want people to believe that he's a crazy individual. That's what I mean. But I said I've been around him where he act one way in front of the camera and he act different off the camera. He's smart, man. Seriously, Tio's a smart dude. I keep saying this. He's smart though. I've seen him in action, man. He's a smart dude. He know how to manipulate the audience. He know how to lead someone to think that he's one way when he's absolutely the other. And just the fact that people think he's, going through mental crisis and stuff. Yeah, he probably going through some personal issues, but he knows how to sway the audience. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much knows how to play the game. He does, man. Them poor Bud Light drinkers going mad over the Mulvaney person. Bro, stop it, Blunt. Stop it, bro. Blunts, hey, people. I bet when Blunts be up there, you say you're a locksmith, right? I bet when he go to the customer's house, I bet you ain't cussing, talking about you from the streets. Don't even try that. Hello, how you doing? Sir, ma'am, it's nice to see you. I have a work order, 855631. Is that you? The right address? Yes, indeed. My name is Contravious Jones. Yeah. I'm here to fix your lock. Yeah, I'm the best in the business. First of all, before I do any work, could you leave me a rating? Okay. I'll prefer a 10 out of 10. It will help, you know what I'm saying, down the line with any promotions, pay raises, you know what I'm saying? Just overall compliments for my bosses, okay? And is there anything I can do for you? Just let me know. Okay. If you need extra keys, let me know. I'm here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Don't play Blunts. Blunts know he'd be proper that much. Yes, I'm here all the time. Call me anytime. Yes, if anything goes wrong with this lock, just get in contact with me. 555-643-2222. Okay, yeah. Uh-huh. No doubt. Give me about a good 15 minutes. I might be finished just a little bit quicker. Come on, stop it, Blunts. Blunts look, they think Blunts came from Harvard. Bethune-Cookman, Yale. The way he be up there talking. He talking about, man, I'm from the streets, dog. This the way I talk. It ain't the way you type, nigga. Stop it. It ain't the way you talk, man. It ain't. Look, it may be the way you talk, but it ain't the way you type. You know what I'm saying? Stop it, bro. Oh, shoot, man. He talk about Blunts. I know I be wild on the chat. I'm trying to tone it down. Man, I mean, come on. People don't type like they talk, bro. We know that. When you said, you think you putting in there? Stop it. You don't want me to start going in. When you say, you think you type in there? HMM, comma, SHH. Okay. Man, come on, bro. Blood said, just go ahead and skip me. No, man, it's all good. I'm just saying, bro, you know you don't type the way you talk. Come on, man. I'm just saying, man. I look, I'm not saying no cussing in the chat. I'd be a fool to say that. But it just seems like some of y'all just do that stuff purposely because I read the chat. Most channels out here, they don't read unless people leave a super chat, bro. But I try to get to the comments and then y'all take advantage of it, man. Y'all be out here every other word. Every other word, man. Drunken sailor, man. Let's get the Bud Crawford. Real talk. Let's get the Bud Crawford. I hope Tio can win, but his last showing just seems like he's missing something. I think Joe Kamuch was a big factor in Tio's camp. Hey, Tio might have had some problems in camp. He might have had an injury. It might have been anything. I'm not here to make no excuses of him. Seriously, I'm not here to do that. But I'm almost sure he's not going to look the way he did against Martin when he's stepping there with Taylor. That's going to be a good fight. That's going to be a good fight, man. That's a tough fight for Teal, man. He's moving up. This will be his third fight at 140. So by now, I'm guessing, his body should be well, where it's supposed to, muscle mass and all that. He should be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? He should be comfortable by now. He talking about, I'm about to open this bitch up in a minute. Watch this. Nah, dog. No, you don't. No, you don't, Blood. Stop playing, dog. No, you don't, man. You be up there with your phone out. Yes, you see this site right here. I'm gonna send you the link. Okay. If you can just leave me a 10-star rating, I would appreciate it. Yes, ma'am. Understood. Oh, I'm giving you brand new keys and everything. I'm giving you 2 extra keys per lock. Okay. That's what I do. I'm here to satisfy you. If you're not satisfied, who is? Just leave me that rating. Okay. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Understood. And don't worry about I'm going to wipe this knob down. I'm going to sanitize and everything else. Don't worry about it. Teal should be tight. He didn't get his face in the 20-ounce can of Bud Light. Now that the black fighters. Hey, man, he's one of the first boxers to be a part of Bud Light. So that in itself is special, right? That's special. That's special, dog. That's special, man. You got to give it up for him. Nothing but respect. I spoke myself, but take more edibles than anything. Nothing wrong with it. Half the time my country can't spell. See, here we go. Tony up here hopping to put AZZ in there. We sound the same when you verbalize. I swear to God, y'all just disrespectful tonight, man. OG showing his age right now. Oh, yeah, I'm showing my age. See, there you go. Blunts love bringing up age. He love bringing up age, man. Seeing my text my baby mama, he would be appalled. Hey, your baby mama is not in the chat, and let's not bring in, someone who is not in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Captain Chaos with the $2 super chat. Shouts to Big Blunts, the life of the party. So I'm gathering there's some cohesiveness going on here. It sounds like there's some cohesiveness going on, some collusion. You know what I'm saying? That's what it seems like is going on here a bit. Right after I mentioned super chat, Captain Chaos drops a $2 super chat to confirm that there are alliances in the chat. So my criticism towards Blunt has somehow urged or motivated Captain Chaos to drop a $2 super chat and say, shouts to Big Blunts, the life of the party. I guess it's close to the weekend, man. I guess there's no love on the weekend, man. For real. We like hearing you cuss, Unc. Some of your best work has some supreme vulgarity. And you know what? That's where the hypocrisy comes in for me, because you're right. I have dropped some videos, vulgarity-laced videos. I am guilty. I am absolutely guilty. So what I'm going to do, big salute to Captain Chaos for the $2 super chat, but I'm going to use that $2 and I'm going to put it in an offering tray come Sunday. I am going to tithe because I'm being held accountable for my actions. That's what I'm talking about, man. You hang around the youngins, you know what I'm saying? They get complacent sometimes. When you get older, you might get complacent. They get complacent. Just because I cuss don't mean you got to cuss, dog. I'm cussing because I'm older. You cussing because it's for fun. You know what I'm saying? It feels good. You expressing yourself. You know what I'm saying? But when you get my age, you're gonna start using vulgarity because of the way you move. You do a live stream, you shut it down, you get up, you like, shit, god damn, what the damn, where's that heating pad at? Shit. God damn. What that goddamn? Let me see what I want. I gotta pour me some yak right here. What? No, I'm gonna have some whiskey. Give me some whiskey. God damn it. Motherfucker be dipping his fingers in the whiskey and rubbing it on his back. God damn, Blunt said supreme vulgarity. The chat has a different etiquette on YouTube. Come back. Listen, I stand corrected. You all are right. I am partially digressing. You all are right. The chat has different etiquette. You are absolutely correct. But, Mitch, that doesn't mean every other word has to be vulgarity like you used to. You used to come in here like you mad at the thing. You know, the way the letters are arranged, like A supposed to be in front of D, and the Y should be up here before B, and B should be down there after N. You act like you was a mad at the arrangement. Every other dang word you put in the chat was cuss words, man. But I get it. I digress, man. If you are thinking, if you are typing the way you're thinking and you're using, vulgarity in the chat, I will have to read first. Okay, not immediately, but it would be somewhat of a delay. That's how we do that. For me, I will have to process it first. That OG put nigga my head stomach. He got the sound like bless. Like I said before, Blunts, I duly stand corrected. You know what I'm saying? I stand corrected. Therefore, there have been proven to be an alliance in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Chaos blatantly paid for the mayhem. Oh, don't worry about it, Blunts. I got you, dog. I'm going to put a $2 super chat. He mentioned super chats. Yeah, I'm going to put a $2 super chat. And I'm going to make sure that he knows who's with who. I got it, man. I got it. Let me get to Crawford. Man. So Terrence Crawford puts out a tweet recently. Pound for pound best. Still the man. Ain't nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? Still one of the hottest topic. Well, I'll take that back. Tank right now is the hottest topic on YouTube. I ain't gonna lie. Crawford at one point in time was the hottest topic on YouTube. Tank has pretty much taken that over. Okay, I'm just being honest. Okay, so Terrence Crawford puts out this tweet. You either with me or against me. There's no in between on both sides on this one. And the first thing came from my mind, like, okay, I understand he may be talking to somebody. I don't know who. I don't know if he's speaking to the YouTubers, the content creators, or he's talking about a family member, any relatives of his. I don't know. I'm not going to be naive to say that he's talking about the content creators. He can just speaking out in general or something that he experienced, that he heard from somebody, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I can't really direct and put all that on the YTC and say he's talking about us. I can't do that. But I will say this, though. Like I've mentioned before, it would be good if you fighters that we support heavy would just be a bit more, you a bit more clear on what you're talking about. So we have to play a guessing game. Like, you'd be a lot more clear on what you're talking about would be great. Like, how do we supposed to determine who you're speaking on? How are we supposed to take it? If we're going to screenshot your tweet, then it's going to go haywire because we don't know who you're speaking about. And being that most of the time boxers jump on social media and make comments or something to this nature, we assume that you're talking about social media. So let's talk about there's no in between on both sides. I appreciate that. I like that right there. But Crawford, I don't think it basically deals with me. Like I would say the same thing. Like, the channels that rock with you hard. The channels that support you heavy. You're on social media. I know you don't rock with social media like that. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't. You never really been a media person. But what if I had the same mentality you did? I mean, can I say the same thing? Can I say the same thing? Like, okay, in order for me to support a fighter, there's no in between on both sides. You either with me or against me. What if the content creators came up there and said, you know what, in order for me to support a fighter, I have to know if they with me or against me. We can't use that with fighters because, like I said before, you all may feel some type of way about what some other content creator said. You didn't like it, so you really allow it to go across the board. And look, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. The way Crawford act is the way I pretty much went through the military, man. I only spoke to a certain few people. I wasn't around a whole lot of dudes. I never been like that. Never, bro. So I kind of understand if someone's to themselves and they're not really out here being vocal a lot, garrulous, always on social media chopping and all that. I get it. Social media is the most I ever talked in my life. I didn't go through 20 years of the service like that. Still to this day, I would never have a large group of people that's around me. The ones that's around me, those are the ones I trust and deal with. That's it. I never have a huge. I know some people got to know all these people, man. They got to be all these. Like they have a birthday party, and you got 50 people there. Oh man, so and so. But you know when the reality hits is when that same person get on social media and say, "See, you got to keep the lawn cut. You got to keep the lawn cut because you never know what snakes are around you. And that doesn't mean the snake is far away. They can be right up under you." You know what I'm saying? You having 50 people around you all the time, and then it takes one person to stab you in the back and it hurt the most. Somebody that you thought that was cool, somebody that you thought that was your best friend, and you get stabbed in the back. So I know where Crawford's at with it. He never really dealt with the media. But can I? I'm just speaking for me. I can't speak for everybody. And can I use that? You know what I'm saying? You either with me or against me. Can as a content creator, is it plausible for me to use this same term that you use to fighters? You either with me or against me. You show me you with me, I'll support you every time I go live. I'll make sure you're good to go. Can we use that? As content creators, can I use that moving forward? Do you think it would benefit me or fit me, Crawford, if I was to have that same mentality moving forward with fighters? You need to show me you with me or against me. You know what I'm saying? In order for me to support you. I don't think it'll go well with fighters. I don't think it'll go well. I'm just being honest, big dog. At this point in the career, like the YTC, every time a fighter says something, they want to act like they're talking directly to them. That's not the case. People pick and choose what fighter they want. Like Errol Spence, he said facts, and he agreed to that black guy. That was the handle, whatever. They talking about how these YTC channels be clout chasing and getting all these super chats off the name of fighters. And Errol Spence said facts. And then when Bud Crawford put out a tweet, and he's pretty much, saying what he had to say, all of a sudden they grab it and say, I'm gonna take it as you talking to me. I'm gonna take it personal. You was talking about us because he mentioned YouTubers. Look, I wanted to say this so much. I want to get on the megaphone and I'll say, dude, is your name YouTube? Is your first name you and your last name Tube? Is your first name you, middle name Tube, last name This is stupidity that I'm talking about. When Buzz said YouTubers don't know what they talking about, you had certain channels trying to say all of a sudden, yeah, let's go up here and grab hold of this and make it seem like he's directly talking about us. Come on, dog, please. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know, like, when Crawford put up "we" at the end. I mean, we don't know what that is. Him saying this, he could be talking about a relative, a fan, or anybody. But to the boxers out there, can y'all kind of fall back or relieve yourselves or use corrective approach when speaking to people who put in work too? Like, can y'all just say, hey, let me get more straight to the point? It's almost like y'all want to see how many replies that y'all can get if you give us a quarter of a tweet, and the other 75% we have to troubleshoot and brainstorm on our own, like it's a classroom full of kids. Oh, let me see how many videos are going to be made if I put this tweet out there, incomplete tweet out there, and let them try to figure out what's the rest. Man, that's pigeon feeding, bro. And let me give you just little breadcrumbs right here and see what you do with it. No, it's not cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Terrence is talking about. I do understand you either with me or against me. The ones that rock with Terrence heavy, he knows they are with him. But one thing I found out in boxing as a content creator, some of these boxers that you support, there are always people that's going to talk about you or try to get that boxer not to rock with you anymore. And my people are bad for that. Seriously, my people are bad for that. You trying to genuinely support one black fighter, and then just because you said something about that black fighter that you support, another fighter that you had no idea that they was cool with. They got the same profession, but you didn't know they were super cool with that person. And then that fighter that you ain't cool with for whatever reason, he tells them, hey man, stop effing with him. Stop effing with him. You know why? Because he be talking all that bullshit and this, that, and the other. No F with that. Then all of a sudden, the fighter that you rocking with, it feels some type of way without even talking to you. I would rather a fighter come out, hey, can I holler at you for a second? We talking about a fighter. We talking about a boxer, a person that can throw hands, all that. They can defend themselves, right? Can I talk to you right quick? You media, right? So let me ask you this question. So-and-so, and you talk it out. And you can get that explanation right there if you feel some type of way about it. Instead of most of the time, you have fighters just totally shutting down and don't even want to then talk to anybody. Now it's different if you're online talking crap and it's you. Okay, you got to deal with that. If it's you have to deal with the repercussion and consequences. But the way fighters are on Twitter, partially tweeting, like, what's the icon of Twitter? A bird, right? But when you're sending out these tweets, it's almost like you clipping one wing. You leaving one wing off. It's like you leaving one wing and you plucking some more feathers. You say, go fly. And what we get, look, we get a tweet where you see the bird, right? You saw them birds growing up that a chickling might have fell out the nest or something, or a bird might be injured and they're flopping around on the ground. That's how I think about these tweets. These how you put it, these short, open-ended tweets. Circuitous type tweets. They send you a roundabout winding circle to get to the point. They leave it very, very incomplete. They just leave so much to speculation. So it's just like that bird, that Tweety bird flopping around on the ground. And you go up there and pick it up. You say, oh, it's missing some wings and feathers. Something must have attacked it. That's what I think about in some of these tweets. People, they refuse to try to speak clear English, clear, concise English, man. Educated delivery, educated conversation. They're pigeon feeding the content creators. Some of these cats do it on purpose to see you work. Be careful about it. Some of them do it on purpose just to see you scramble around and do all these dang panels and lives on it, just to see you work. They be there sitting, enjoying the high life and shit, millions upon millions, enjoying the finest food and all that. While you up here, I gotta create a live. Come on, man. That stuff gets repetitive sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That's why I be on MMA sites. I ain't ashamed to say it. That's why I be paying attention and reading up on mixed martial arts news and all that. I don't care if somebody say I'm disloyal. I'm not a full. It ain't no such thing as a full-time content creator, boxing hardcore fanatic. It's no such thing. There's no full-time, hardcore, dedicated boxing media outlet. I don't care what none of y'all say, bro. That's funny because I ain't with Crawford against him. I think Tank will fight one of the top guys next. I mean, with these numbers the way it is, he's not going to be back into the ring to the latter part of the year. He just had 2 fights in 4 months. So I think the next fight he has is going to be near the end of the year, and it's going to be a big name. I don't know if you heard their blunts, but Rolando Romero said that he's going to fight Tank in a rematch next or something like that. You know how Rolly is, though. He said, yeah, I've seen some things, but, the things I've seen, I'm not going to talk about them. I've seen some things, though. I'm not going to talk about them. But, he's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I've seen some things. That's Rolly, man. He said, I've seen some things. I ain't going to say nothing, though. Of course you ain't. The good old boxing secret. You the elite fighter, but you got to keep secrets. Dude, if you good, you good. Who cares? If you good, you make the adjustments. If you good, that's what I enjoy about Crawford. I mean, what if somebody's seen Crawford? Look, what if somebody's seen Crawford in camp working or whatever? Could you really get him to a point where he didn't have anything left? He couldn't make any adjustments? Do you think he's that type of fighter? Nobody's going to concur with you that he's that type of fighter that will be in there looking like Ryan Garcia. Nobody, bro. Did you hear what Timothy Bradley said when he was on coach panel? How Crawford came in there and was putting the work in on him. And when he tried to turn up on Crawford, he couldn't. That's a talented individual. That is a talented boxer right there. For him not even to be on the level of Timothy Bradley, and they using that man as a sparring partner, and Bradley admits, a Hall of Famer admits that when he was in his prime, when he was really going in there looking for sparring partners, Crawford went in there and gave him the work. And all of a sudden, Cameron Duncan, who was about to get rid of him for the cheap, for the low. See, Bradley didn't play it correctly. He should have acted like when Cameron Duncan said, what, you beat his ass, he quit on you? He should say, yeah. Is there any way I can take him over? I want to work with him. I want to polish him up. He should have finessed Crawford off Cameron Duncan. Bro, could you imagine? He should have finessed Crawford off Cameron Duncan, bro. He should say, you're right. He didn't fare too well, man. I don't know what's wrong with the guy. What's wrong with him? What he has going on in his personal life? You mind if he, like I take over from here, man? How deep is he into a contract? Because Timothy Bradley say he'll buy him out the contract, right? But what he effed up is the fact that he said how good Crawford was. He needs to be a fighter, not a sparring partner. All of a sudden, Cameron Duncan's like, oh, well, no, I'm not getting rid of him no more. The price 5 minutes ago is not the price now. He thought about that. The rest is what it is, man. Sometimes these guys just want to interact and talk on social media, just like the rest of us, but they under a microscope. Hey, Andrew, I feel you on that. I feel you. But would you give me that same pass if I'm not on the so-called celebrity status quo as them? Would you give me the same if I put up clickbait all the time because I just want attention and I just want people to talk to me? Would you give me that same comment? I'm just asking a question, bro. We're conversing here. Would you allow me that same exemption if I was putting up clickbait ass titles because I'm saying, you know what? I'm just lonely. That's why I got an addiction to putting up clickbait. I'm just lonely. I mean, would you respect me, Andrew, for putting up clickbait titles just because I want to talk? I just want to interact and talk shit. Because if that's the case, Andrew, I need to change up what I'm doing. I need to go full-blown clickbait central. Let me know, Andrew. Let me know if that's what I need to do to be able to interact with people and talk on social media. I need to be a clickbait central connoisseur. Let me know, dog. Let me know. Let me know if I need the green check, bro. I agree with the type of crowd Tank has versus Ryan. Tank can become a face of boxing. He needs them straps and build a legacy by fighting the best. I feel where you're coming from there, Tony. Just like I always talk about the sweet signs, right? It's more than one type of ingredient to put into the recipe for somebody to say, it's a sweet signs. A lot of times, Tony, people don't even talk about the sweet signs because they don't even know what it is. It's no specific template to a fighter to say that's the sweet signs. No, the sweet sign is what? A collective group of things when it comes to boxing. There's variables to complete the sweet signs. And even when you think you have the sweet signs completed, it's not it. There's still more out there. You have a fighter that come up here, they're not technically sound, but they got power. You get a fighter out here that really don't have power like that, but they can brawl. Or you have a fighter out here that's technically sound, but they don't have power. You have a fighter that's defensive, defensively accountable, slick as I don't know what. You know what I'm saying? And can show you offense that you've never seen before. But they have a weak chin. The sweet signs just have too many variables for people to say that boxer right there is the perfect fighter when it comes to the sweet signs. It'll never be that way, bro. So now we at a point right now that we're seeing a change. We're seeing a revision that took place that pretty much broke the standard for which everybody was going off of. Everybody was pretty much believing that pay-per-view was dead. Put it in a casket, bury it, and get the headstone as soon as possible. Pay-per-view is dead. Pay-per-view is dead. This is all we've been hearing the last several years. Piracy, piracy, piracy. What happened? How can a fighter there, Tony, like Tank Davis, with no belts except the WBA regular, but none of the big titles, right? How can he go in there in Vegas and rob the Brinks? How can he rob the bank off Ryan Garcia, bro? How can he link up with a fighter that hasn't been proven? No belts on him. No pay-per-view numbers to average out with Tank. It goes to show you, man, you have to be things like this happen, man. You have to be special in your own way to continue to build and do it your way, do it your way. If you continue to see progress on them steps, you continue to climb, and you continue with the progress. And then You run into a situation that just happened April 22nd, where you absolutely change. You change the books. Now, the language is going to be different. Well, we already know from the Tank Garcia fight that it's possible to register pay-per-views over 1 million buys. It's possible, y'all. It's possible. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to see it again in the next year. We don't know. But you want to hear the same cliche term, once in a lifetime? This is one of those deals, once in a lifetime, that we were struggling. We were struggling, bro. We was freaking struggling with this. Canelo was doing solid numbers, but no one like Tank matching up with Ryan Garcia during this time where people were saying pay-per-view is in the casket. It's deceased pretty much. You know what I'm saying? We just have it on what's that thing? What's that machine? Hold up. Let me do some typing. Hold on for a second. A ventilator. They were saying pay-per-view was on a ventilator. You know what I'm saying? It couldn't even function anymore. It was on a ventilator, y'all. And then came a pay-per-view like this with a look. This transcends a lot. I'm telling you, man. What's profound about this? It transcends a lot based off the paperwork. If you look at the undercard of this fight, it wasn't extremely heavy. It wasn't extremely heavy undercard. Real talk. It wasn't it wasn't a co-main event like with a huge name of someone who's undefeated and been in there with champions, been knocking heads off. It wasn't like David Benavidez and Caleb Plant was the co-main event or something. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't anything crazy. You talking about an undercard like this with an $84 pay-per-view, a fighter in there with no previous pay-per-views, coming off a win over Javier Fortuna. I know Mitch, I'm surprised he didn't say Javier Canatuna. He's coming off no pay-per-view, shawty, and able to register these numbers, man. It's incredible. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's incredible, bro. It's incredible. Yeah, we heard about Rolly, but that's not impressive. That fight won't be no different. Rolly thinks so. You know what I'm saying? Rolly thinks so, Blunts. And did you see Rolly shades? You can't criticize Rolly with shades that's bigger than his forehead. You can't sit up here and use that chat etiquette, as y'all call it, and talk crap about Rolly when he had those shades that was bigger than his skull. And those are nice shades too, but I never wear them. Them joints was big. They was almost like deep sea goggles, man. Them things was huge, man. Coach Kenny named the top guys next for Tank. Okay. Who were they? Because I saw the thumbnail out there. Somebody put a thumbnail out there. It's only so many names can be the top guys for Tank. It's only so many. If we talking about the lightweight division, are we talking about in boxing? Look, I already told you. Tank versus Devin to do solid numbers. I already told you. It'll do solid numbers. Tank versus Shakur Stevenson, it'll do solid numbers. Tank versus Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, solid numbers. Tank versus Teofimo Lopez at 140, great numbers. Tank versus Terrence Crawford at welterweight will do astronomical numbers. The reason why I mentioned Crawford, because once upon a time, Tank, you know what I'm saying, mentioned that he'll come up there to welterweight with Crawford. Tank was to go to 47 and say, I'm fighting Crawford for the WBO strap. That would supersede the highest grossing fight in boxing history. Seriously, it will supersede. It will be the highest grossing boxing match ever in the sport if Tank was to consider moving up 2 weight classes to fight Crawford. It will shatter any type of hope that Errol Spence believed he had. Look, and he'll make good money off of it. You can't go up there and think it's going to be a low ball offer because it's with PBC again. No, they got to get the fight made. Crawford is not going to capitulate. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to bow down to any damn strenuous demands, all because they coming up there to fight at 147 for the first time. If Tank fight Terrence Crawford at 147, it shatters any fight numbers that's already pending. It shatters Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather easily, y'all. And that's because people are going to sit up here and say, well, you know, WCS, man, you know, Crawford don't sell. Well, guess what? Ryan Garcia didn't sell either. Errol Spence ain't sold either. He had somebody that was a 4-weight champion. Tank had somebody that was a no-weight champion. He had somebody that was just the interim WBC title holder. No pay-per-views. What we really talking about? You talk the number. You talking about an undefeated Tank coming up there with maybe a one more fight. So he pick up another win, right? He's sitting at 30 victories now, and he goes up there and fight Crawford because he's not gonna fight Errol, his boy. So that's why I'm saying Crawford, because he mentioned Crawford's name before. He goes up there and fight Crawford. That'll shatter any freaking records for the number one fight, grossing fight in boxing. Easily. Easy. Floyd probably won't want to make that fight happen because he know what it is. For one, it'll be a dangerous fight for Tank, right? It'll be a dangerous fight moving up in weight. Plus, Floyd knows damn well that what Tanks bring to the table at welterweight, it wouldn't even be close. He know he's not going to be at the top of the freaking mountain no more. Floyd knows that. He'll never make that fight, man. Never. He said he was sending niggas home and Bud came in there and whooped on him. I couldn't stop laughing. That was an amazing story. Yeah, man, Bud, man, you know what I'm saying? He was finding himself at that time. He was getting in trouble, they say, and all that. He's a special type of athlete, man. Real talk, one of the best of this era. I'm just happy I was able to experience, you know, a lot of elite fighters fight in this era. You know, and Bud Crawford is one of them. Deontay Wilder is one of them. You know what I'm saying? Seeing some of these great fighters fight, man. The Shakur Stevensons is coming up, man. You know what I'm saying? Even you know, Devin Haney winning the titles after everything they went through. You know, seeing the 4-belt era from Jermaine Taylor to Terrence Crawford, and then see the plethora of names to that list: Canelo Alvarez, Alexander Usyk, Josh Taylor, Jamel Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Naoya Inoue. All these freaking these undisputed titleists that's up there. We still waiting on the big ones to come to fruition too. It's good to be young enough to experience the fights, man. To see Deontay Wilder go a trilogy with Fury. You know what I'm saying? That shit is greatness, man. 90% of breaking news as it relates to boxing is from the vague, cryptic messages fighters and others in the sport love to put out. It just get a bit repetitive sometimes. Nobody's trying to troubleshoot grown men typing and sending out tweets all because they want somebody to talk to. I get it. But what if I was to do that? What if I'm just saying I'm putting clickbait out there because I want people to talk to me? If that started to happen with me, you know I hit a point that I'm very old and I don't have the energy that I have now. Because I put a title up here and it'll be absolutely fake news and you'll know it. You'll know it. It'll be too obvious. Haney is the top guy. He has all the hardware and a fight coming up with Lomachenko and nobody's talking about it. Being the top guy doesn't equate to numbers. Facts. And listen, it's unfortunate, but I already said what he had to do, Andrew. There's more people talking about what T.O. said, putting the race card out there. Why don't somebody start replaying the video when Devin said what he said? Look, I'm trying to put the shit out there, but you got cats that still just want to be, assholes about it. They can't understand. They'll be quick to tell you how many people that be turning them on the game. Oh, so and so. They talking that game. They turn you on the game. I sit up here and say it the way I say it, and they think it's some ulterior motives to it. I've been living a while too. I'm trying to tell you, if you want to change the motion of not being spoken about, this is the perfect time for Devin to change the level. And it don't even have to be him. All you need is somebody that support him heavy, that start talking about when he made the comment that I never lose to a white boy. That's all you have to do. But they scared, man. Them cats scared, bro. I got the video. They scared, man. They scared, bro. They'll sit up here and talk about killing blacks all day long. I'll do this. I'll punch you in your face. When I see you, I'll slap you. All this. When it comes time to go against the grain, against a white fighter, a European fighter, they want to put this whole checklist. Let me see what I got to do. Let me see. Stop talking that shit then. If you don't know how to use tactics, stop talking shit then. You know what I'm saying? Stop going around here to all these freaking channels, and every time you meet somebody in life, us as black people, we hear somebody that's knowledgeable and you listen to them, but then behind their back, you say, oh, well, so-and-so act like they know everything. So-and-so dick riding, so-and-so doing this. No, they just pretty much dropping some wisdom on you. In order for you to change the flow of this, you have to match it with the same controversy that's going on with T.O. Have somebody bring it back up. Bill is in with a lot of channels. Have them start to talk about this shit, bro. Devin, you come on and say, you know what I was thinking the other day? They made me apologize, but they didn't make T.O. apologize. I'm feeling some type of way. He should go on a whole press tour on this bitch. I guarantee people goddamn come and check that fight out even more. Because look, somebody gonna make the phone call. Lomachenko. Mr. Aram, I just want to talk to you for a second. Did you hear Devin Haney? He's going around saying never lose to a white boy. And he's pretty much, it seems like he's talking about me. Now, I'm just a sportsman. Two-time gold medal Olympian. And, you already know my paperwork. But is he talking about me? Because I thought we was friends. I thought we was professionals. See, I'm just saying, it's just be the right time for people to redirect attention on your fight. No one's talking about your fight, which is pay-per-view. Not even those individuals that say they support you heavy. They should be talking about Devin Haney versus Vasyl Lomachenko every freaking day, like they was doing Terrence Crawford. So let's keep it factual. I haven't heard any news that T.O. has to apologize. And he's under the same banner you was there, Devin Haney, when you made that comment. I'm suggesting you go back and feel some type of way about it and bring it back to life. All you got to do, I stand on it. That's it. That's all Devin has to put out in the tweet. You know that comment, they made me apologize. I stand on it. That shit is going viral. Period. But they don't want to listen to me, bro. You keep, you do what you got to do. You don't want to listen to me, bro. They don't want to listen, man. Hell yeah, OG. If Tank go for Bud, I'm there, man. My Terrence Howard voice. For real, man. That'll be the highest grossing fight in boxing history. Seriously. You talking about Crawford undefeated, Tank undefeated? They always talk about Crawford's numbers and numbers and numbers. Man, please. It wouldn't be a fight that come even close. That fighter do such high numbers that it'll take a long time for someone to come even close to breaking it. The only way that number get broken if Tank fight Crawford is that he go up to heavyweight and fight Deontay Wilder. Listen to me, man. Look, all Tank. Look, imagine, bro. Look, could you visualize that though? Could you visualize could you visualize it though? Bro, if he was to go up to heavyweight and fight Wilder, though, it has to be another black fighter. It has to be another black fighter, man. And being that Wilder is the heavier puncher in boxing, and you take Gervonta, who's the next heaviest puncher in boxing. I mean, come on, man. The height with that and everything, man, people go see it, dog. Come on, stop playing. People will see it just for the day and stare down, bro. Come on, dog. Oh my God, you want to talk about exhibition about that? Look, if Tank wants to go fight Deontay, man, that should be about 4 million pay-per-view buys, 5 million, dog. Because all they want to see is what? The first punch, man. They want to see Wilder land the right hand. That's all. Man, that junk do 5-6 million pay-per-view buys, man. For real, man. All these guys, everybody wishing the next on Tank's fight list better not mess up in their upcoming fights. Yeah, you gotta stay steady, bro. You gotta stay on par. Seriously. Because right now, Tank them is very selective on who's gonna bring in the money. And Calvin, he said they was gonna starve out Devin. I don't know what Team Haney's gonna do, man. I'm telling you, man. You know, if the controversy that you already have that's active, Bill, if it's not working, you got to switch it up, big dog. I ain't telling you what to do, man. I'm just saying you got to switch it up. If you truly going against the grain, you know what you need to do. If you truly going against the grain, man, you know what you got to do. If you ain't willing to go there and you just want to stick to YouTube, people don't care, man. People's not going to care about no YouTube. They don't care how many channels you go on YouTube. They don't care if Skip Mark keep dogging you out. They don't care. You gotta have some type of, you gotta make some type of statement that breaches outside of the YouTube community for them to really grab hold, just like what Tio did. He made the interview on YouTube, but it's made it way out the confines of YouTube. It has breached the parameters. It has gone viral a little bit in a sense. People saying he's talking about black fighters. He's being racist. That's exactly what he wanted to happen. That's exactly what he wanted to happen, bro. I said on TBV earlier that Haney is on the top of the division, but on the bottom of the matchup list. Wow, man, that's some fire. That's some fire for real. Mitch said that's some fire right there, Andrew. Apparently, Bernard, the con man, said Queen Cap got caught with the shot that he didn't see on the side of the liver or rib that was already bruised and breached. Oh my God. No, he didn't. Oh my God. See, this one don't like it. This is what I tell you, man. The incomplete tweets, the hocus pocus, the Spygate. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much goes on in a sport, man, for people to feel some type of way. Nobody should be losing friends on the YTC. Like, come on, man. If we covering boxing, no one should be losing friends. You know why? Because what goes on in sport is way worse than what goes over here on the YTC. Nobody should be angry like this. I shouldn't be doing headstones on people. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that way, bro. Because boxing is a grimy sport. But for Bernard to come out there and say it was already bruised, oh my God, B-Hop, bro. Man, God damn, man. Look, I ain't gonna. I'm gonna be honest with you, Mitch. That's the first time I heard that, bro. Like I said, I be paying attention to MMA stuff too. You know, that's more soothing to me than looking at boxing news every day. I'm not saying I don't watch boxing news. Let me see. That's the first time I heard that. That's unfortunate. I haven't heard nobody else put it on IG yet. I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking right now as we speak. I'm not saying you lying. I would just like to see somebody else mention it. You know what I'm saying? If B Hop went that route, saying he was already injured, it don't matter. Floyd Mayweather will face John Gotti III in an exhibition bout on Sunday, June 11th at Sunrise, Florida. So Floyd Mayweather is about to face John Gotti III in an exhibition bout again. Shout out to Floyd for continuing to stay freaking busy. Floyd is facing John Gotti III, y'all. I just seen it on IG. He's facing John Gotti III in the exhibition bout. Man, continue. I'm just curious of what his average is, people. That's all. What is his average? What's his average of what he's getting paid? That's all. Yeah, I can't find anything out here about that. If that is indeed the case, that's unfortunate that he would try to say that Ryan was already injured and that it was a mole in the camp and, you know, Ryan was dropped by a sparring partner and all that. I ain't trying to hear that. That's not going to do anything for the numbers. That's not going to do anything for the knockout. It's not going to do anything. Real talk. I don't care. It is what it is, man. I don't care. Because you signed a contract. Just like Barrios said, you signed a contract. I don't know if y'all heard, but Jerry Springer passed. Shout out Jameer Herring. But Jerry Springer passed, man. And let's not forget one of the biggest matches this year is about to happen. Aljamain Sterling facing Henry Cejudo. It's about to go down, man. Defense of his title, bantamweight title. I'm still looking to see if I can find anything. I can't find anything, bro. I haven't heard that yet. Hope you ain't capping, bro. I hope you ain't capping, Mitch. Hey, where did you hear that from? Okay, let me check this out right quick. Appreciate that. Let me see. Where we at with it? George Cambosa's talking about he could have got up. The respect factor continues to elude Devin Haney. So Boxing News saying the respect factor still eludes Devin Haney. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's what I'm telling them what they need to do. Stop going around here on these dang YouTube channels that don't have no high praise. They don't have no high rating as far as notoriety outside these walls. They don't, man. You know, somebody might Boxing News, boxing scene may quote you because they be paying attention. They may quote you. But really, you need something that's going to make it to the mainstream, something that Stephen A. Smith complains about, something that Shannon Sharp, something that All the Smoke, you know what I'm saying, podcast talks about. You need that. Okay. So Bernard Hopkins say Ryan Garcia was already injured to the body before the fight. Hopkins say the body shot the Tank Twin dropped Ryan with the round 7, hit him in the area that was already bruised and breached. That's all I need to read. You know what I'm saying? That's some bullshit, bro. Appreciate you letting me know that, though. That's some bullshit. Real talk. That's bullshit, bro. And this is coming from a guy who's a Hall of Famer and has all this history. But yet all they was doing was just being reckless this past weekend, touching a fighter that's not yours. And now you're saying it was already bruised. It was already bruised and breached. It was already bruised and breached, but y'all didn't work on how to hide those flaws, you know, with him, how to basically keep that safe. This was crazy though. The fight made it into the 7th round though. So you trying to tell me it was already bruised and breached and he made it to the 7th round and just one solid punch to the right side of his freaking abdominal region was bruised and breached, but he showed up for the money. 30 something million. Okay. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. For real. For B-Hop to go that route, that's bullshit, dog. I look like capping about a bunch of cappers. No, I was just talking, man. Appreciate the drop, though. They had the mole come out and say he sent Ron to the hospital. I heard the mole say the same guy that hurt Ron in sparring. I don't know. But check this out. If this guy is so big and bad, okay? Is this guy so big and bad and he hurt Ryan to the body and he's supposed to be possessing this much power, the Mongolian monster? Don't you think it's time for him to make his presence known? What weight class he in? Is he at 135? I think the dude's at 135, ain't it? Why he ain't out here stopping dudes and folding them? Why aren't we hearing about him on YouTube? Somebody need to do a live stream on this dude. He hit Ryan Garcia so hard, he had to go to the hospital and get some medical attention. But yet nobody's seeing this dude on YouTube besides what he said in a video. Wow. Wow. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm about to show y'all. So hold on for a second. Sinzabar, that's his name. Sinzabar. Sinbatar. That's who he is. Sinbatar. Okay. So Sinbatar. Okay. So we about to look up some information on Sinbatar. Because this dude is knocking dudes out. This dude is 26 years old. 26 years old. And his only claim to fame is winning in the Asian Olympics. Okay. Sinbatar, he hadn't even turned professional yet. This killer hasn't turned professional yet. Come on now. This killer haven't turned professional. Sinbatar, he ain't turned professional yet. He's 5-0. That's what I thought. He's 5-0. I think I looked up this already. Yeah, I sure did look up his record already. So Sinbatar KO percentage is 60%. So now I'm thinking Ryan Garcia was just up there rubbing, cream filling, Oreo cream on his ribs while he was then having warm milk and cookies. You know what I'm saying? This dude is a southpaw, shorter than Tank Davis, and has a 60% KO percentage out of 5 fights. I'm thinking if he hurt Ryan Garcia and sent him to the hospital, I mean, he fought a guy, Giovanni Gutierrez, 11-3 in third round. He stopped him. You know what I'm saying? His first fight, he went the distance. Well, I'm not tripping on him right now. I'm just saying he has a very minimal professional career right now, but yet he's on record as potentially bruising and breaching Ryan Garcia's ribs. So if he got that knockout power, and from what I understand, he's at 135. I mean, we need to sign him up for one of them heavy hitters down there. Maybe Tank should think about fighting Sinbatar. Could you imagine Tank 29-0? Okay, this dude broke Ryan ribs. I want you to break my ribs. You know what I'm saying? He already fought somebody shorter than him in Isak Cruz. I bet Sinbatar won't take that fight. No. They lie. I did not breach rib. They lie. I did not. He injured some other way. I don't know. Not me. I don't want no smoke with Tank. I don't want no smoke. Here's a pro GS fight on DraftKings. Yeah, I found it. You know what I'm saying? I found it. The Mongolian monster, bro. That's who he is. That dude breached Ryan's rib cage. Bernard, B-Hop co-signed it. He was already injured. What a cop-out. What a cop-out, man. Hey, man, y'all be easy, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Y'all be easy, man. This stuff right here, this news, man, it's just stupid. Real talk. That's a legend right there, B-Hop. Talking about he's trying to take credit away from Tank because he don't like him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to come up here and say that Ryan was already injured. But which one is it? Ryan says a rehydration clause. B-Hop says ribs. Oh, we definitely going to get some high grease on this later on, man, for real. Not today, but, man, come on, bro. B-Hop, come on now. Man, y'all hold it down. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. Like, share, and sub. I appreciate you. Hit the like button on your way out. I'm out.